So guys, I'm not gonna lie, I really did not want to have to make this video today, but man, I just feel like it had to be done, and I feel like this topic just had to be talked about. And Amani Bates, the #1 prospect probably in the last few years to come out of high school, has not been the player and not been the Amani Bates that we all imagined to start for Memphis this season. I don't know if you guys are aware, or not, but Amani Bates is only 17 years of age, and he's actually supposed to be a senior in high school right now, but instead decided that the high school game just was too easy for him and he actually was not developing enough, so he reclassified to skip his senior year to join the Memphis Tigers to start his college career early. Now, I also quickly want to mention this. Amani Bates is also not eligible to enter in the NBA draft this season solely because of his age, so regardless, he's gonna have to play college for another year after this current year at Memphis. Now, guys, me personally, I'ma just be honest, I was never a fan of his decision to start college super early because I just feel like there's just more cons than pros, and there's just so much of a risk taken when actually making a significant decision like this. And guys, please turn up the volume and just listen to what I'm about to say. People need to realize about basketball and just life in general. The basketball game is all about perception. Right now, currently, the perception about Amani Bates is that he's too weak. He's not physically strong enough for the college level, and he's not ready for college, and he's definitely not ready for the NBA. And he honestly should have stayed in high school. And in reality, that's just not a good thing for Amani Bates, and it's gonna really impact his draft stock tremendously. Now, in my opinion, taking that risk of struggling in college, especially on a national scale, is just not worth the potential reward of showcasing that he can dominate at the college level. Now, I don't know if he thought this through. I don't know if his team thought this through, of just the potential risk of him actually struggling in college like how he is now before he actually went to college. But to me, it doesn't matter for Amani, because if he had stayed in high school, he would have been averaging 40 points a game. He probably would have won state. And the norm would have been he is the next player up, and just teams need to be tanking for him. Guys, right now, if we're going to be honest, with the way he's been playing, I don't think a single GM in the NBA or scout in general is saying that teams probably should be tanking for this man, because just what we're witnessing right now is just not a good thing for Amani. Guys, in his past 3 games at Memphis, Amani Bates has made a total of 5 shots out of 21 attempts, shooting 23% from the field, and he's only made 2 3-pointers out of 11 attempts, shooting 18% from 3. Guys, I feel like we can all agree that he's just not playing like the player that we imagine, and he has to improve if he wants to up his chances of being a lottery pick in the next draft. Now, it is crazy to me because the start of the season, he was doing fine. He was making tough shots, averaging about 15 a game. He was shooting great efficiency, but if we're going to take a step back, that just was not against tough, worthy teams. Now that he is playing nationally ranked teams, better defensive teams, he has been struggling big time, and Memphis was on a 4-game losing streak at a point before barely beating Alabama. But in that game, Amani Bates only played about 15 minutes in the game, and Memphis was playing a lot better without Amani Bates in that game. So I'm not saying that they were on a 4-game losing streak because of Amani, but it's just something to think about. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the one to overreact and say that he's a bust. I'm not saying that he's not good. I'm not saying any of that, but you guys know me. I'm gonna be honest with every single player, and I'm gonna be real with every single player that I talk about. Guys, all my OG subscribers remember this. I made a video about a year ago breaking down Amani Bates' game. People have always claimed that Amani Bates was this unanimous scorer who can just drop buckets in any type of way on anybody. He's a playmaker, this and that. But one thing that I've always thought about Amani Bates, and I've always said about Amani, is that he definitely needs to improve finishing around the basket, around the rim, and his physical strength and using it against greater defenders. Now, as you can see, I think it's safe to say that we can all agree that this is the main weakness for Amani Bates, and he just looks really weak out there, if we're going to be honest. The man is 17 years old, and anytime this man drives to the basket, to the hole, he gets pushed to the floor. He pushes away from the basket. He's forced to throw a bad pass, and you can just tell that he's just not ready for the strength in college. Guys, I always try and tell people, college, high school, overseas, even the NBA, everything is different. The levels are different. The physicality that college athletes play with is just flat out different, And you can clearly see that with Amani Bates and why he's struggling in every single game. I also never thought that Amani Bates was this point guard type of forward, and I think that was a very big misconception about his game. And I always saw this as an area that Amani Bates could improve on to really expand his game, especially solely on the fact that he is known to be a scorer. If he does get locked up, how is he going to impact the game in other areas of the floor? And as we can see, when Amani Bates is not scoring, he's struggling to find other areas on the floor to really contribute to the team. You know, averaging 2 rebounds a game, 1 assist a game is definitely not going to cut it to be a lottery pick. And I think this is something that we can all agree on. With all that being said, guys, I definitely don't think it's an end-all be-all for Amani. I'm personally not worried for his potential and what he can be in the future. Like I said, at the end of the day, he's still only 17 years of age, and I feel like we all need to just pump the brakes a little bit and just give him some time to develop. We obviously see the potential. He just has a lot of areas that he does need to improve. And if you guys want a more in-depth breakdown of his game, if you guys want me to talk about his strengths, his weaknesses, everything along those lines, and just get more in-depth with his game, let me know down in the comment section below, and I can definitely do that. But guys, what do you think about Emoni Bates? Do you think he is the player that we all imagine? Do you think he still should be the #1 pick next year? Do you think he's a bust? Give me your honest thoughts about Emoni Bates in the comment section below, and let's get a great basketball conversation started. Guys, if you made it to the end, thank you for making it to the end. Please smash that like button. It helps the channel out in so many ways. You guys have no idea. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 17,000 subscribers. Can we hit it before the end of the year? Please hit that subscribe button and join the Juice Made family. Make sure you check the links in the description below. Hey, yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching. And it's been another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.